Hi, I'm Craig. That's my brother Brad. Welcome to Weekdays with Craig and Brad.
Life is hard, but you can't give up. Let's have a conversation. Weekdays, we're gonna make it today. Weekdays with Craig and Brad.
Episode 57. We made it, Brad. We did it.
Woo! How do you like that? How do you like them apples?
It's pretty good. I'll tell you what. We nearly didn't make it today. Legitimately didn't make it today because there have been crazy snow. We talked about my stream earlier today. It was shut down in the middle of the stream. This stream may be the most. This podcast, is the most dangerous podcast we may ever do.
The most dangerous. It's like walking on a tightrope.
It's crazy. We at any time this stream could cut out, and if it does, using our streaming software, it could just continue on forever. I legitimately don't know what's happening.
That would be crazy if it just clicked on a glitch and then just went into an internet void, and we're just going for all of eternity. That would be crazy. Mm-hmm. Hey, I wanted to. So we're talking about dangerous show.
Mm-hmm.
We're pressed, on. We have no idea if the show's just going to vamp out or what from these blackouts. We're both in Texas, by the way. We're all experiencing. We've been fine, by the way, on our end.
Do I look ridiculous or what?
You know what? You got to do what you got to do.
Colin over here saying I look like I'm still dressed in Iceland. I feel like it. I feel like I'm dressed in Iceland right now because guess what? It's colder here right now than it was ever when we were in Iceland. So yeah, it's cold.
Well, listen up. I'm going to take the show. I'm going to start the show with the most dangerous thing we've ever shown on this show. Outside of this show being dangerous because of the blackouts and us might going away, I'm going to start the show with a little magic trick. You ready for this?
Whoa.
We're going to do some danger.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
All right. Everybody, this right here.
No, don't do it.
Is a blade, a real blade. It could cut anything. I'm going to put my finger in it. Just like this.
No, don't do it. Don't do it, Brian. Don't do it.
Finger off.
No, don't
live
do
on
it.
the internet. Live on the internet. Here we go. 1, 2.
Stop. Don't do it.
I'm doing it.
Huh.
No. Didn't go. Yeah. What do you think about that? Check this out. You ever seen this trick? What? Whoa! This is a dangerous show, people. Whoa.
Listen,
you know where this thumb goes? It goes right here if I'm Larry.
I was going to say.
What if Larry gets so many thumbs, I have to start putting the thumbs on myself?
I like it. Listen, this is a dangerous show tonight. In fact, I also will deliver some danger.
Ooh. Don't do it, Craig. Oh, gosh. No. Oh,
hold on. I go on better.
Here we go. This is what Oh, he's going to eat the pencil. Oh, gosh. How does he do it? He's eating it. Unbelievable. You can't do that on the internet.
What do you think?
I can't believe you ate a pencil.
Me neither.
This is crazy. Look, this is the quality. This is the quality of the show. This is the lower rungs of our entertainment quadrant. I actually went and I pulled this trick out of Dylan's magic kit from 2 Christmases ago. Truth be told.
Good. That's, you know what? Recycle them. It's okay. It's called a recycled present.
Truth be told, it's not really a sharp knife blade. It's just a trick, everybody. I just want to clarify that. And this was a fake thumb, okay?
Oh, wow.
Just clarifying that.
Hey, but you know it'd be a real thumb is if people give this episode a thumbs up on YouTube. That'd be really great. And make sure you comment. We need more comments, way more comments. I mean, comments are good. I like people who say like, hey, I'm commenting just for the algorithm. Good for you. Let's get more comments just for the algorithm, because why not?
Yeah. I've enjoyed reading the random comments. Somebody said, hubba, 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 money, money, money. From Batman?
Yeah,
From
from
89
Joker.
Batman.
Mhm.
Yeah, I saw that today, and I was like, see, that's what I want. Just random YouTube comments. Just go for it.
That's
Whatever
right.
pops into your mind.
Hey, Mike Fury goes, so a new intro? Sorry, Mike. It's called an intro, not a 3-minute intro. Not a 3-minute into show. What? Here's the
What?
new intro. Here's the new intro.
Life is hard, but you can't give up. Let's have a conversation. We're gonna make it today. Weekdays with Craig and Brad.
I'll tell you this right now, that's the only time the intro is ever going to roll. When after the first, that's the only time it's ever going to two times on a show. 2 times. That's it.
Yeah.
There you go. So see, Wire Magic knows. He says, now that's an intro. That's right.
Yeah. Now let's let the people know, Craig, that if you're a patron, I've sent that song your way.
Yep.
For the patrons on the Patreon page, so you can download that soon. Get it.
Yeah,
Strip it
absolutely. I'm gonna make that show actually that song available exclusively to patrons. So not today, not tomorrow, but soon. So yes,
All right.
you can go to patreon.com for any and all patrons. You get access to that bonus.
Nice. Hey, speaking of bonuses, we did a bonus episode last night.
Mm-hmm.
That's only available to patrons. How is that going?
It seems like people have enjoyed it so far. I got a couple messages on Discord from folks who said, "Hey, really enjoyed that." So,
Okay,
yeah,
good.
It's good.
Cool. So this is episode 6. What is this episode?
57. We made it.
57.5.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Kind of with the bonus episode. But
Yeah.
57. Great job.
We did it. Aquilum, thank you so much for resubbing Prime. That's 5 months of support for your boys. Appreciate that. That's wonderful. Okay, so let's get into this. You know, I was doing my show, my stream today from 1 to 3, and it really was like to 1 to 1:15 because once again, rolling blackouts. This show could end at any time. It is a dangerous show, and I didn't even realize this until one of our amazing moderators pointed this out to me. Mushy Fluff pointed out that today is Screw Attack's 15th anniversary. Literally today was 15 years ago. We changed the internet, which was pretty awesome. And, you know, I'm not like the guys like, oh, it's been 13, 14, 16 years. But like 15 is a round number. Like, I feel like it's pretty good. So I do want to remind people there is going to be the big Screw Attack history auction, which I have a bunch of Screw Attack stuff. I'm going to be auctioning that stuff off here in the next few weeks to coincide with this 15th anniversary. I figured to start the show, we can kind of talk about some quick Screw Attack memories, and you know, I don't know if people have actually heard your memories
From Screw Attack?
Yeah, just as unaware Steve.
Well, you reminded me that I sent your first hate mail that you ever got.
Let me ask you this: you made the first logo for Screw Attack.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Oh yeah.
How about you tell people about that? Tell people about me coming to you and all that, the whole thing attached to that.
We were living in Austin. Kelly and I were living in Austin. You came down. You're telling me about this podcast you were making, and you wanted a logo for it. And I sat down. You were trying to I remember you were trying to describe the S, and like I was like, I didn't really quite understand what you're saying, and I also wasn't as proficient in Photoshop as I am now. And so I just made this really weird logo that I guess it got dogged on for many years after that. Once you started upgrading the logo and the look and the branding, but hey, it was the best you could do, best I could do, at the cost of free. Back then, you know, when you start a business, you end up reaching out to your family and friends first, and you see what everybody can do. So yeah, I did my best. I remember sitting at the computer doing that and being like, "Is this what you want?" And
I was like, "That's the best.
That's awesome." Yeah.
I remember the headphones. Yeah, I think you literally pulled the headphones off the internet or something like that. And I was like, "How do you?"
Straight up. Yeah, I was like, I didn't know how to make the graphics, so I was just like, I'll just.
I think the logo was green, yellow, red. Green, yellow, red, and I think the headphones were white or something. It was not like an attractive logo, but it worked.
Yeah.
Because people don't know that. Like the first official colors of Screw Attack were like green, red, and yellow.
Yeah.
so whatever.
Yeah, it's always the first logo is always just bad for most companies. Yeah.
Well, that was fun. Thanks for sharing that.
We didn't put the consumer research into it that Apple Computer would or something like that.
But it worked. It worked, and that was the most important thing. So here we are, 15 years later, and it was a good run. Like I said all the time, it was a good run. I'm glad we did it. And for me, I appreciate everybody who's come along the ride for me over the last 15 years. I don't want to I thought about doing some like reaction videos and stuff. So I did have like 4 reaction videos on my channel, on this channel. I don't know, a few months ago, and they were all right. I thought about doing some of those just as kind of like a fun little, thing. 15 years. But I don't want to live in the past more than anything else. We have so much stuff going forward.
This show now, Craig. This show is where it's at. Weekdays with Craig and Brad. Let's do 15 years of weekdays with Craig and Brad. God, episode 6,472. Here we are. We made it.
Can we say it right now? 6,472 is the one we quit on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, here we go. Let me just do some quick math.
Be exhausted after that.
6,472 divided by 365. That's if we did every day. That'd be 17 years of podcasting, almost 18 years.
Wow.
We'll round it up to probably 20 if we take off weekends, because it is just weekdays. So anyways, yeah, so probably 20 years. So I'll be 60. I'll be 59, and we'll still be talking about this.
Well, let's just keep taking it one episode at a time and enjoy the ride. I enjoyed a lot of the times I popped in for Screw Attack doing Unaware Steve stuff. That's what I love about this show is it reminds me of those days where I would pop in to the office and you'd be like, what do you want to do? And then we'd just do something randomly. Right. And it was never well thought out, but it was fun to do it. And I think that's what came across in that content was we're just having fun.
Right.
And so that's what we're doing here. So
Tattoo Game says, man, I can't believe it's been 15 years at this point. Literally seems like yesterday when I was listening to Side Scrollers video. That's right, man. That's right. Nolan says, hey, do you want me to make you a birthday cake for you, Craig? Absolutely not. But thank you, though, Nolan. Appreciate that. And Vilter says 24 years at 5 days a week. Oh, thank you, Vilter. Appreciate that. That's it's wonderful. That will not happen. That will not happen.
No. If this show goes that long, hopefully it's blossomed into it's like blossoms into a Walt Disney World franchise at that point.
Oh yeah.
It's like we have our own theme park, Weekdays with Craig and Brad theme park, and a bunch of different movies and stuff. It's like Craig and Brad go to what's the Harold and Kumar movies? Go to White Castle. It'll just be a bunch of series of those.
Or we could just remake. We can remake Wayne's World just slightly less older than them.
Yeah, that'd be great. Get the budget going to remake all those old buddy comedies and just do the exact movie, but with our own wardrobe and budget.
I would love to do Wayne's World. Except I don't want to be Wayne or Garth. We just need to be us. That way we do the exact same lines, and it's all said the exact same thing, except it's Craig and Brad instead of Wayne and Garth. Yeah, great. Mushi gifted a sub to Wire Magic. Wire Magic, I know you're going to say thank you. Wolfox says, by the way, how's the snow in Texas? Well, that's what we're going to talk about today because it is nuts. It is nuts here. Crazy. Insane, really.
Well, you started out in a jacket and then you took your jacket off. I started out in a t-shirt and I'm looking around me. All I've got is my dog's blanket down here. And I'm like, I'm kind of cold now.
Yeah. So here's the thing. This show, once again, we need to get in and get out today because we can't go 80 minutes because we legitimately don't know when the show is going to end because of the internet hopping out. Now, we hopped in about 15 minutes after my internet popped back up after being out for about 40 minutes. When I say internet, I mean like power, period. There's been rolling blackouts throughout North Texas where we're at, where the power grid has not been stable. This is something that scares me. We talked to Representative Biederman a few weeks ago, and they're talking about how Texas has its own power grid. Well, Texas has its own power grid, but it's not used to 3-degree weather outside. Mm-hmm. So right now, all the power companies they're essentially rationing power right now. So we're trying to squeeze this in as best we can. It has been absolutely crazy. I know people are like, oh, come to Minnesota, come to Wisconsin.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like, come to Texas in the summer, sucker.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you wouldn't be used to it, just like we're not used to it. And it's one of those things. So I thought I'd pull up some of these articles real quick.
You know, we finally get this huge snow, and we went out to play with the kids today, and we tried to make snowballs, and it didn't even stick together. It's
not wet enough.
Yeah, it's not. It's just powder, right? And so we're all like, like we got this wonderland of snow finally,
Right.
and it's just sort of like, well, okay. It's kind of anticlimactic. We did go do some sledding a little bit with our neighbor's sled. That was a lot of fun.
Oh, well, we yesterday we tried to slide down the hill with on a pizza pan. We tried to slide down a hill on in a clothes hamper thing. What do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Then we tried to slide down on an inner tube, and we borrowed the inner tube from a neighbor. And then last night she goes, "Oh, I have snowboards." What am I saying? So it was like it was very much like a, you know.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. So anyways, so we did that today, and it was fun. And today's temperature was legitimately, it was 3 degrees at one point. And I thought I'd pull this up here as far as the extreme temperatures. I don't know if you've seen this before, Brad, but here are the highs and lows for the Dallas-Fort Worth area right now. And here the all-time high is 113 degrees. You see a lot. The highs are a lot more recent, but the lows. Look at this. Today we will be in a top 10 lowest temperature ever today.
Wow! Look at those dates.
Yes.
1905.
Right. 1933, 1930. The most recent one was 1989. So these are the coldest days in like 30 years that we've seen. And it was today was 3 degrees with a wind chill at one point of -17. What? Like, what are we doing here? And you can see, you know, everyone's just going crazy. You know, the cold weather and just snow in general. People's pools are literally freezing, which is very dangerous when it comes to pool equipment and stuff. You don't see this when it comes, you know, here in Texas at all. And this is down in Austin, which, you know, anytime there's any sort of ice on a bridge or snow on a bridge, people are like, you know, I'm surprised you don't see cars hanging out here in the river or anything like this.
Yeah.
Also, we talked about the wind. Apparently, wind turbines they're freezing. You know, when you go out to like West Texas and you drive out there and you see all these wind turbines, that's one of the big reasons why we're having these rolling blackouts. Now, your blackouts have you guys had power cut at all today?
No, we haven't.
No,
we've been good.
Not us.
Yeah, we've been all right. We've survived. Now that said, it is getting colder. I don't want to jinx us. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I don't want to jinx us. Today kind of reminded me of about 10 years. When was it? No longer than 10 years ago. When we were touring on the road, we ended up touring up north at like some of the coldest parts of the winter, and we were coming from Texas in our RV. And all of the RV campgrounds were closed for the season, but we needed a place to stay one night. And gosh, I can't remember where we were. We were way up north. We stayed there one night. It was -20. And our car was grown. Our RV was low on fuel. We had huge icicles. I can't even show you on the screen. They were so big. They were probably, I don't know, 5 feet. And I brought one in. I've got a cool picture I wanted to share, but I couldn't find it. But the condensation was coming in, and it was freezing the inside of our RV walls. And we were like, we might die tonight. So to go through that, and to be up where we are at today, I think we'll be okay. I think we'll survive.
You're frigid. Here's some quick facts here. What you need to know: 2 million Texas households are without power. Dallas urges residents to reduce electric usage. As I'm streaming, I have 2 lights on, back lights, and my bad. Sorry. The Houston mayor seeks answers on how outages are handled. They're like, we don't even know. The Houston mayor has no idea. Like, what are we doing? Texas City is opening up emergency shelters. I know downtown, the convention center is open for those who need it. And I think that's the biggest thing for me is I think about all the people who legitimately don't have a home to go to right now. And that's the scariest thing is people just like out in the middle, you know, these things like homeless people, homeless animals, just the animals out there that are just going to die tonight. Like that sucks.
Yeah. That's terribly sad. Yeah. Jeez.
I got one more. Hold on. Then on top of this, I saw this article and I was like, are you serious? Well, I got to reload it because there's a stupid ad. I saw this and I was like, are you like, what are we doing here? This is from some Houston, clicktohouston.com. 1 million outages, more than 1 million people without power as the coldest night in decades arrive. That's a horrible headline. But then on top of that, officials warn of criminals impersonating power workers.
What?
Like,
oh
what
yeah,
are we
like
doing?
we need to know that little extra bit. And how many? Come on, go back to that. How many?
But either way, like just the fact that God.
This is why I don't read the news because number one, I know it's cold outside. I'm sure there's blackouts. I don't need power outs. I don't need to know that 1 million people have that. Doesn't help me out. And also knowing that there's criminals impersonating power workers, like that helps none. And what are they basing that off of? Like one person, two?
I don't know.
People?
Can I just be really honest? If there's a criminal going around door to door, like in 0 degree temperature. And he's like, hey, I need $17 for your energy bill. I'll be like, dude, okay. You know, like you clearly need it more than me, you know? Like, wow.
Nobody in my neighborhood is knock on like the only people you're opening the door for are your neighbors. You know, if it's some dude shows up in one of those badges where they knock on the door and they're trying to sell you something, you know, they come to your door all the time. He's like, hey, what's up? I'm Brent with power maintenance, whatever. It's like, get out of here. You're a criminal. Right. You're trying to take my stuff. Well, what are they going to do? By the way, what kind of criminals are these thieves? Because they're not going to get very far.
It's crazy.
They're not going to speed off very fast either.
Well, as Vion says, I'm sure the problem is I'm sure Texas has water pipes that aren't meant for freezing pipes. 100%. There's no we're not built for this here. This is not. I mean, you saw the temperatures. The temperatures. We are literally seeing the coldest temperatures in history here. Top 10 coldest. Like it was 3 today. This will be updated with today's date right here. You know. It's just insane. Just insane.
1889. What was that? 1899 was the coldest day in history here.
Yeah, and how do they, really in 1899? What they do? They go out with like a temperature and be like, well, I believe it's 8 degrees today. You know, like how the hell would they have any idea?
Science. 1899 science.
Even in 1949, I'm going to guess that our science wasn't that great.
I don't know. They keep journals of it. I don't know how they measured temperature back before iPhones.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's crazy.
How did we do anything before an iPhone?
It was great. It was awesome. It was great.
Wire magic thermometer. Obviously a thermometer, but a thermometer can only go so low. How do they know what negative it was back then? And what's the history of a thermometer? How long have they had thermometers?
I don't know. I can find
random question that comes to mind. I broke a thermometer once. What's the stuff on the inside?
That's the bad stuff.
The magnesium.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mercury.
That's right. Mercury.
See, the legends know.
Yeah, they know. That's why I like to ask my questions outside. To the.
All right, here we go.
Mercury. Everybody's like Mercury. Yes.
According to ncbi.lmm.nih.gov. The earliest thermometers were developed during the 16th and 17th centuries. In 1665, it was suggested that a melting point of ice and the boiling point of water should be the standard. Anyways, in 1868, someone established that the temperature of a healthy person be consistent with the variant of a temperature. Okay, so they've been around for about 400 years or so. So yeah,
The CDI Arcade says 1592 Galileo had a thermometer. So yeah, thermometers have been around. Whatever, I don't know. I'm no scientist. You know, speaking of that, like, can we stop the argument about like how everybody's supposed to be a scientist these days?
Yeah, because we all know. You know, we all go to YouTube and social media and just read the exact same stuff.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing?
Like, this is how real conversations go. What is it in thermometer? What's the stuff in thermometers? Like, that's really what level most of us are on. Let's not pretend that we're all.
Or you go like, oh, it's 14 degrees outside right now. As you look at your phone and weather.com, you know. Yeah. It's like, how the hell do you have any idea? You know,
it's not based on facts. It's not scientific. You got to follow the science. I also have a cell phone.
All right. So look, we don't have a whole lot of time to spend with you guys tonight because, like I said, this is the most dangerous show we've ever done. Hold on. Sorry, I didn't pull it off well. Oh no! Put your thumb back on there. That's good. But before we do, we talked about doing this last night before we wrapped up. So this is going to be a very abbreviated show. I'm going to make sure to put tons of ads in this video.
Ooh,
just kidding. I think we do like 2 ads a show, maybe 3, and I don't even put them in. I think YouTube puts them in. So, anyways, I should probably put a lot more in, but whatever. With that said, we promised we would get to this last night, and we didn't. So we're going to get to it right now. Brad, we talked about the quarantine hugs from yesterday.
Yeah, the grandparents. For what are we doing? Our what are we doing segment. Yeah, we shared a picture, a photograph of some grandparents visiting their kids. They were head to toe in bagged suits. Not only were they head to toe in bag suits, like plastic clear bags, but they had like tape making sure it stayed on. Like that's not safe, I don't think.
Somebody mentioned this up. They said you should probably check this out. So here it is.
Yeah.
The quarantine hug lady.
Yeah.
God. You know what this first picture reminds me of at the top? It looks like she had caught in some alien trap. Like they spit something on her and she's like throws it in carbonite.
Yeah, totally. That's what we're becoming. We're becoming Han Solos frozen in carbonite. Yeah, this was actually from earlier of last year.
From 9 months ago.
Yeah, quarantine hugs. I don't want to put her name up there. But yeah, this was something teachers were doing so they could hug their students, which is all well and good and fine. But like, when I think about children and how kind of they can be very shy about approaching, you know, just anybody, even if you know them, if they know you or whatever. But like look at this lady. She's like, come give me a hug. Right. And yeah, this was going to be our segment of the day of what are we doing? It's gotten worse, obviously, because this is from earlier last year. Now, what they've decided to do is not tape up the doorway, but just wear the bags at this point.
Yes.
And they're like, what am I doing like a sucker behind this bag wall when I can walk around with a bag suit on?
You want to see something amazing?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, because here's the COVID cases today. By the way, I always like to have a COVID update. We are dropping like super fast, right? The highest back in the early January was over 300,000 cases in a single day, and here we are about 4 weeks later with 63,000 cases in a single day, which seems like a lot, but it's not compared to where we were a month ago. Mm-hmm. But compared to where we were 9 months ago on May 15th. It is 3 times the amount of cases that we had then. So you can see kind of where the mentality of, you know, the fear mentality of all this has kind of come into play. You know, where we were 9 months ago with 22,000, 26,000 cases. And today we're, you know, at 63,000 cases. So, you know, and people I feel are a little more cool about a hug here and there. So who knows?
I don't know.
9 months, who knows? You know, you learn a lot. So
yeah.
Tai has a question. He says, how many days in y'all's life have you experienced below zero weather? 0 here in Texas. But when I went to Greenland, I feel like I was in below zero weather. Maybe. I don't remember for sure, but I just remember it being effing cold. So
yeah, no, that the worst weather I was in was that -20-degree weather. Now we had that night, we had heat in the RV, and we were trying to, keep ourselves warm. But man, that outside weather was creeping in, and it was crazy because our front windshield, like I said, the condensation came in on the other side from our heat in the outside, so it was freezing up the wall. Yeah, we totally could have died, but we didn't.
But we didn't. Hey, way to go.
Yeah.
It's good. Way to go. Sweet.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, speaking of almost dying, this episode needs to be done because I legitimately don't know when my power is going to die. So we're going to die and get out of here right now. But thank you guys very much for tuning in tonight. If you guys are watching over on youtube.com, head on over to twitch.tv/CraigSkits right now because on Monday the power died. We were not able to get the Mortal Kombat Madness tournament fully underway. It begins today. I encourage you to head over. It is absolute insanity and super fun. Come on over to twitch.tv/CraigSkits. There's a link in the description right now. And if you're new to the channel, of course, continue to grow the show by commenting and giving this a thumbs up and sharing it with somebody like-minded and willing to have conversation. That's the most important thing. So, all right. Brad, you got anything else?
No. Why don't you show the intro one more time?
Well, then I'm just going to go straight to the outro.
Do it.